Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of CB and the Boys. Here we go. Crystal CB Booker, George Record Boy Homie, Roger Hawkins, Mimi Acosta. Let's go. CB and the Boys, Midweek Motivator. Come on, gather around, get the 411, and let's talk about it.
All right, and welcome to CB and the Boys. Got the whole crew in the building. Fabulous Miss Mimi Acosta. What's up, Mimi? How are you today?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I am good. What's up, Mr. Roger Hawkins?
Nina Pop, y'all. What's happening?
And Mr. George Biker Boy. Oh, man. What's up, George?
What's up? I'm in the house, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Yeah!
And Crystal, I know you always have a thing about asking us how we doing. How you doing over there representing?
I'm fabulous. My team is in the Super Bowl, so need I say more?
Ta-da!
That part. That's what's jerking. I'm gonna get some footage. Just people acting the fool. I'm gonna get some tailgate footage for y'all. You already know. You already know them Howleys gonna be out there. Hey, I'm drinking for free and everything.
Dang.
You know how they do. But no, I'm not paying to get in.
George, are you going to Arizona for the Super Bowl? Even if it's tailgating? No? Maybe.
Negative.
Don't be like that.
Just chill at home with the wings and some drinks and watch it better on TV, right?
I ain't trying to trip. I ain't trying to take a trip 2 months in a row.
No.
I mean, you get used to it, George. Don't be like that, man. You got to be a road warrior, baby. You got to be a traveler.
He is a traveler. That's the thing.
I'll be out of town for 2 weeks next week.
That's the thing. Yeah, George asked me to go on for a long time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gone for 2 weeks next month when we in Vegas.
Yeah.
Well, George takes sabbaticals. He don't take trips. He takes sabbaticals. He's like, I'm gonna be up.
Right.
I'll be back like next month.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna go.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 or 3 days, shit don't do nothing but make you mad. As soon as you get comfortable, it's time to go.
Sometimes you gotta be like that.
That is so true. I'm with you on that. But I guess depending on where you're at and who you're with, that's kind of like what makes the difference, whether it's like good for it to be lengthy or you be like, I'm ready to go. Fuck, just this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you're going hard, it's one thing, but if you just kind of lagging, it's like, So the company you keep, I think you're right, makes
the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Crystal, what are your thoughts? I'm trying to get Crystal from her phone. Crystal, what's going on over there? Your phone is hot. It's blowing up.
She's listening. What you doing tonight? What you wearing?
Now I'm on Twitter telling people to tune in.
Oh, that's how you do it.
They late about a show.
That's right. That's what's up. Okay, so I'm ready to have me a drink, which I should.
You already know, George.
Anyway, so get it.
Come get the 411 and it's Mimi's drink special. Mimi, let them know what you're sipping on.
I really like that song. That honestly needs to be like Mimi Acosta's theme song on everything she do. Every time you hear that song, you think about me. Roger, shut up. You ain't the only one that got a little bit of look up in him. Anyway, so guys, this is what I'm drinking. Okay, I'm not going to show you my empty bottle because that would be so ghetto to do. But I had me one left of my Alizé. Okay, so it's beautiful and yellow and juicy and fruity. It's amazing. Of course, with my ice and my red straw. And I know my people always want see this crew right here, this little brick right here. They like talking about my red straw, but I'm gonna tell y'all, it's better when you do it with a straw. Okay, so I'm following up with water. Okay, I gotta hydrate. I know you guys are gonna hear more about this on the fitness segment. So hydrate after you do this. Very important. Anyway, moving right along, Roger. What you drinking? I don't even know why I called you first. Crystal, what you drinking, Mama? Tell me you're drinking something.
That's watch. Her 40 dog.
George,
Man.
come back. Don't do me like that.
Man.
Crystal. Mama, what's with the 40?
Ned. What
I'm
you
trying to go back
doing?
to the 80s. Like,
Right,
really and
Ned.
truly, like.
It's delicious. It's satisfying. It's a must. You can't go.
And you know what's the crazy thing? That she wearing her yellow and red, right? Of course, we all know it's the cheese colors, right? But it also looked like salt and pepper back in the day. Get up on this, like, yo, like you.
I didn't think about that, but
Right.
You really went back far with it, but all right, Mama, I see you.
right. You and
You
Billy
ain't
D.
drinking
Williams.
it. The bottle ain't open, so it looks like you're perpetrating just a little bit, but it's okay if that's
Now,
what you're having.
it's the Smirnoff Ice raspberry.
I'll front you out.
Delicious raspberry.
We're gonna see if we
And
see that.
I also have the Smirnoff Ice mango as well.
What you drinking first?
Damn, you too.
Who knows?
Alrighty. Look, she got the colors yellow and red. See that? Y'all see? She got some shit tonight.
Oh, yeah.
About it.
Anyway, George, talk to me. What you
I
drinking?
already know.
Yeah, even her beverages are color coordinated.
Beauty of course.
It's all about them Chiefs.
All day, every day.
Well, I got the red too, but it's in the form of my favorite, the St. James red wine.
Yes, honey, yes. And when
And
we
my last glass, I forgot to make it stop.
See, this is the thing. When we have the last of anything, we're gonna just show that glass, have that sip, and keep it moving. Roger, talk to us, bless us, because I know you got something over there.
Yeah, you know what it is. I had to swing by, found a bottle of I enjoy this. It's called High West. This is my High West bourbon. Comes out of Buffalo Trace in Louisville, Kentucky. I've been there. It's a great distillery. So my High West bourbon. Got me some my Gentleman Jack mixer. So I'm about to mix up a little whiskey sour real quick. And then I even got a little I'm whiskey based tonight, y'all. I'm back on the brown. And then I got another little mixed drink here. So I'm going back to brown tonight, ladies and gents.
We are definitely celebrating the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. So that's what's happening, y'all. There's a whole lot of alcohol in this building. I love it.
There's gonna be a lot more of that where this came from.
Except me and George might have to sippy sip. That's just the kind of night we have it.
Already.
Trey is in the building, y'all. Trey is in the building. Trey, what you over there drinking? What you want to miss drinking?
What's up, brother?
Tell us something, honey. What y'all got over there?
If you better not say water. If you do, you better lie.
No, you sipping on something, Trey.
Trey sipping on something. He about to hang out with us. He's sipping on something. Let us know what you got. In the meantime and in between time, let's jump into this 411 because this 411 is amazing. Everybody got some 411s tonight. So, what are you guys' thoughts on Will Smith and Martin Lawrence getting the green light on Bad Boys 4?
I know, right? I want to see it. I peeped that out. I was like, oh, smacks.
Yeah.
I love them together, but and again, people just when the original ideas are gone, people just run shit into the ground. I love those two together though, so obviously we gotta support and give it a look, but after a certain amount of time, it's like, all right, enough.
I do too.
That's the part that concerns me is what they could come up with.
What's left? Yeah, what's left?
One of them
gonna die. I mean, that's all you can do. Somebody gonna die.
Right. The daughter got kidnapped because she went out with that boy for her. I don't know. What? Trey, you are not drinking no water. That was for Trey Hampton, for those of you that are just tuning in. He's drinking water on tonight. And you know what? That's good, though. You know what? Don't listen to none of us. That's really good, Trey. Go.
Whatever.
Okay. So, George, you
uploaded
something up there. You ready to show us something?
Oh, I was getting ready for something for the 411. So,
okay, you know what? Look, first of all, my 411s don't have to go in my order. You can jump right in and make it happen. So,
I got plenty.
Go for it, George.
All right. So this little story here, quick little 2-minute video is a fucked up situation. In California, some cops ran down a guy and shot him killed him. I'm just gonna let you see the story because this is a whole different. I mean,
a whole bunch of
you taking fear to a whole new level.
it ain't that.
You know, I mean, now you making excuses to kill people. All right. So check this out. This is really horrible.
Yeah, the family of Anthony Lowe says he was struggling after recently losing both his legs, but they say he was a loving son and a loving father of two, and they're now demanding answers. It's cell phone video that doesn't provide clear answers. You can hear the shots fired by police that killed double amputee Anthony Lowe, but you can't see him. Seconds later, he's on his stomach being handcuffed. At a news conference, his family says he was shot in the back, and because he had just lost both his legs, was no threat to the heavily armed Huntington Park police officers.
They murdered my son in a wheelchair with no legs. So they do need to do something about it. Because I want justice for my son.
Police say they were called out to Slauson Avenue last Thursday because Lowe had jumped out of his wheelchair and stabbed someone unprovoked, leaving that person in critical condition. You can see a large knife in his hand in this video. He runs from police and officers use tasers, but then an SUV blocks the view. Police say Lowe threatened to advance and throw his knife at them.
He's running on his limb. How cold-hearted could they be? This is my twin. We did everything together, and they took everything from me.
The Huntington Park Police Department says the officers are now on paid administrative leave and referred all questions about the case to the LA County Sheriff's Department, which is now investigating, along with the DA's office. But the family wants the Attorney General to step in.
The Los Angeles Sheriff's has their own house to get in order before they try to investigate any other departments.
It's not clear if there's body camera footage, but on the cell phone video, you can make out security cameras. There are also cars with drivers who may have seen what happened.
Oh, God.
Now, we know that there are other cell phone videos.
Are you serious? Are you serious right now?
Yeah, they are.
This is the thing, guys. Like, this is, oh, wow. Okay, so I had not seen that video before. My thing is, right, if he's thrown the knife at them, like, okay, look, y'all can have this, why still shoot him? That's what I don't
Even
get.
if he's throwing it to harm you, first of all, you all got bulletproof vests on, but he's throwing you a knife. First of all, once he throws the knife, he's done. What else is he gonna do? He ain't got another one to throw. You know what I'm saying? And you got guns. Who the hell brings?
There's so many reasons. You know, you can go down the list.
It ain't like he could outrun you. He got 2.5 legs. He put both legs together. He got one leg. He still can't run.
Yeah, that's just the case to do it. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that alone, the video alone, says it all. So you know when everything else comes back out.
My God.
And then it's 3 of y'all shooting him.
Right, it was enough. They had SUVs pulling up, people jumping up. Well, they couldn't wait to jump on that man. So, yeah, again, they did it because they wanted to. No other reason. Because they wanted to. Like literally, you can literally walk behind that guy until he got tired and just stop. I mean, there's 1,000 ways. And what's funny is I've seen video of non-black people actually pull guns, shoot cops, take their tasers, take their cars, walk away. So it is what it is. But we have to, you know, unfortunately, we have to play by the other set of rules. We can't talk about what's not. Look, I don't want y'all having my name and picture on a T-shirt and all that bullshit. I'm gonna try to do whatever I can to not. If you got to play by a different set of rules, then do so. Because they don't play having other people crying about you on the news afterwards. You know, right or wrongly. Of course, it was wrong. But that's jacked up. Damn, my man is. That's horrible. Pimping away.
Okay, so I kind of like wish we had left that video for the end. Like, damn, I didn't know it was like that. Like, that shit just really fucked me up. Anyway, so we're moving right along with Ocho Cinco and his saving tactics. So Ocho Cinco talks about saving 83% of his salary, and you'll never guess how he did it, right? So evidently, he saved 83% of his NFL salary by flying on Spirit Airlines and wearing jewelry from Claire's.
Yep.
And if you guys know what Claire's is, like us girls, it's like a little nice little girly store. We go there, we get all the little jewelry and all our little fantasy shit. Just so, because this is the thing. Even if I put on some jewelry from Claire's and a nice little $20 dress from Walmart and my little $20 heels from Payless or some shit, I'm gonna look like I spent a whole lot on my heels and all my jewelry because just because it's Mimi Acosta. Oh shit, she over there, she done some things. Look what she wearing. They'll never know where I got it from. So you know what? I get it. What are your guys' thoughts on it?
My man did it right. He did it. I saw the. If you haven't watched the the interview with
Yeah, I
Shannon,
watched it too.
man, I love it. See, me and my buddy, we used to kind of go back and forth. He wasn't a huge Ocho fan. I was a huge fan of him. First of all, he was a good player, but the boy was creative. He was funny. He didn't hurt anybody. He had good end zone celebrate. I like him. He's creative, but that took my respect to a whole new level.
Yes.
Because he did it right. He did what too many athletes and rookies and entertainers should have done instead of flossing. He was like, man, and actually, I'll take you one step further, Mimi. He actually lived at the training facility up until his second year of playing. His rookie year and into his second year, he didn't buy an apartment. He said, why did I do that? I had everything I needed here and I was focused. I was laser focused. He said, I had showers, a weight room, a place to sleep. He said, I had a TV to watch game, film. He said, I was focused. He said, and then the next year, after my contract was up, I bought a really small apartment down the street. He said, I was a ball player. He did his, man, my respect jumped. Said, man, he did it right. So big up to that cat. And now he's got it to spend where a lot of people went broke.
And then he made a point. He made a point about, remember he was talking about all the flashy stuff people buy and we can get a Bugatti, but what the fuck did you do that for? You know, people buy flashy stuff for attention. It's like my name already made me. People know who I am, so I don't need all this extra stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And he said when he did get kind of into that phase, he said, I leased all that shit. He said, I didn't buy that. He said, I leased it. And you can literally timeshare a Lambo or a Bugatti just like you can a house. You can lease it, you can rent it, you can have your week. There's ways to have a little bit of.
Me and Crystal know about that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna lace you up if you don't know, but he did it the right way. And so, like, I'm proud of that guy because he won't be one of those people going, I played all those years, I'm beat up, and I don't have insurance, I don't have anything. He took care of his money, and that alone makes me go, you know what? Every blue moon we get it right, not often enough.
Right.
Every blue moon we get it right. He got it right. So, you know, again, a lot of respect to that cat for that.
Yeah. Kudos to that. Okay, so moving right along. A man in Miami, Florida, was arrested for biting off a python's head during an argument with a woman. Now, I know the whole shit sounds crazy, but that's really what it is. So let me just read a little bit about it, right? As I get this from Hollywood Unlocked on Instagram, because that's my boy, and I always share his stuff. So, according to the Miami-Dade Police Department, cops responded to a 911 call regarding a domestic dispute, stating that when the officers pulled up to the apartment, they could hear two people shouting at one another before the woman let out a loud scream. The police report claims that the woman, who has yet to be identified, yelled for law enforcement officers to just kick in the door, and when they allegedly witnessed Mayorga attempting to close the door on them in an effort to hold the victim against her will. Anyway, further accused of ignoring commands given by the police, prompting them to use a taser, but to no avail, that is when things were said to have gotten physical between the cops and Mayorga, as report asserts. He hit an officer in the eye with the handcuff following his arrest, all this stuff. Anyway, like I said, he's from Florida, okay? He decapitated a python's head during a quarrel with the girlfriend, okay? And is facing multiple charges for the crime, which occurred in the early hours of Monday at his apartment. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Because that is absolutely crazy.
Hey, cocaine.
You're having an argument with your girl, but you take it out on a snake.
Oh, dude, he was on some good shit. He was on that good shit, man. He got a bad batch of heroin. That boy was on that good shit. He must have got that meth from Independence, because man,
yeah,
not like nothing live like no.
Yeah. So anyway, That was just some little bullshit right there. But anyway, I'm moving right along. So Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know what's going on with them, but this is the latest. So Josh Sills, he's indicted on rape and kidnapping charges ahead of the forthcoming game. So this is the thing. Philadelphia Eagles offensive lineman Josh Sills has been indicted on one count of rape and another count of kidnapping in Ohio. What's going on over there, man? Those are my boys over there. Anyway, on
Ohio.
Wednesday, prosecutors alleged that on December the 5th, 2019.
Bullshit. Okay.
So this is the thing. Now they're going to the Super Bowl, and now all these little females, oh my God, ew, ew, ew. Anyway, 25-year-old athlete engaged in a sexual conduct with a victim in Guernsey County after having purposely compelled her to submit by force or threat or force. Well, okay, so hold on. That's a whole lot of forcing. Following an extensive investigation, he was indicted, I'm sorry, with his first court appearance to be set on February the 16th, which will be 4 days after his team faces off against Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl on February 12th. So they're going to be one less lineman. What are you guys' thoughts? What are you guys' thoughts when somebody is about to blow up and things happen really big for somebody,
Right.
and all of a sudden here comes all the shit from God knows how many years back?
I call bullshit on that because if he did in 2019 and here it is 2023, they've known about it the whole time, which we know, obviously, the league covers up for its players. The problem
Right.
is now, and I'm playing devil's advocate, if I was a Philly fan, I would say they deliberately did that to keep him out of the game to help Kansas City's chances of winning. That's exactly what I would say if I was a Philly fan, because that's what it looks like. Because why would you do that right now? And you've known about this shit for 3 years. And now you're going to kick in and go, oh, he did this. I'm not saying he's right if he did it, but there is a story behind it. The fact of the matter remains, if you let him play 3 seasons, let him finish the season. It's only right until you get all the evidence. Innocent until proven guilty, except in this country. And so I call bullshit. I really, really do. I mean, I feel bad for that young brother. He's on the biggest stage of his football career, and now you want to throw that in the news. That's dirty. That's real.
Yeah, that is dirty. That's pretty filthy.
Yeah. So
More the reason why the Chiefs will win. Anyway, okay, so moving right along.
Take it.
Right, because he's gonna be thinking about that the whole game.
Okay, so on other news, okay, so DJ Mustard is to pay his ex-wife Chanel $19,000 a month in temporary child support despite her request for $80,000 a month. What is anyone going to do with $80,000 a month for a child? And why go so high? And why be so stupid? Because you're so pissed off at this man who's making his money. Come on now. This kind of stuff really pisses me off, even as a woman, because there are really a lot of dumb women out here that think that by going, for a man's pocket on child support is the thing to do when you're pissed off for whatever reasons.
The problem is they're not dumb. The system is set up deliberately to keep people of color single because that messes up the household, and B, to monetize divorce and separation. They do that shit on purpose. It breaks the family. But unfortunately, these females fall for it all the time. Now, these dudes are stupid as hell for having kids and not having that shit set up in trust funds or prenup. So more fool him. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to say this. People are going to get mad. I don't really give a fuck because, my children are grown, so I don't have to worry about that even if my wife left me today. But let's say back in the day, I made that kind of money. If we can come to something amicable and pay half, 50-50, then it really is for the kids, I'll do it. You try to get me for 19 racks or 80 racks a month like some of these guys, I'm going to take that money. I'm going to pay somebody to make you disappear.
Okay.
100%. So, George, play it. I'm just letting you know.
No. That's something for later. That's not.
Look, my kids are grown, so I'm not going to get hit for child support no more. But the thing, if she leaves now, she can just leave. We're who we are. But like back in the day when they were little, if she'd have tried that and I was making that kind of money, which I was not. So this is a hypothetical situation, all you fuckers out there getting sensitive. But if I was with any of y'all, that 19 grand a month, I would go to Willie and Boo Boo and Ray Ray. Your ass would not be around to cash the check. because that's selfish. It's selfish. You didn't earn it. Fuck you. I'm done. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up with saying happy anniversary to Dr. Dre on his 30th year anniversary of the album The Chronic. And
Chronic.
we could move it right along.
Chronic. Yeah.
Anybody else got 411s? Because I know some of y'all do.
What you got, G?
We did mine first, so
Okay. I got one. CB, I don't know if you got anything because mine is kind of goofy.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say that Jason Whitlock, which of course this is not surprising, but he did an interview talking about Tyree Nichols' murder, and he said, and he had the audacity to blame Tyree Nichols for his own murder, and his excuse, his reason that Tyree Nichols got killed is because he had a Black single mother.
That's what, yeah. But you know, see, Jason, now, Mimi, I don't know if you know, Jason Whitlock spent a lot of years in Kansas City as a reporter. So we hate him from a long time ago, most of us. He was on the news. He's not an unintelligent guy, but he's...
I hate by association, so let's go hate.
Right. But
he's a coon. Straight up.
He's a coon. He's a Sambo. He's whatever. He's not unintelligent, but he likes to try to have shock value. But you can tell he almost does not like who he is and where he comes from and things like that. I'm all for accountability. So I don't have a problem if you call your people out for accountability. But if in every single situation you find a reason that Black people are wrong, that's an issue. Now, we had this discussion a couple of weeks ago about the whole single mother thing. This was not the time to put those two together. That man was well liked and respected. How in the hell does him having a single mother get him killed? So did you guys hear
not just a single mother, a Black
right.
Yeah, that part. Now, did you hear the other part of it? What really supposedly happened?
Yeah, that he was dating one of the cops' girlfriends. He wanted the girl back. I mean, we had even talked about that there was more to it than just.
We knew it was. So he worked the UPS. Right. You know? We did say that. We said that.
Yeah, but for me, I didn't see this one coming. But I can definitely see the plausibility in it. I think that probably more than likely was what it was. Because
he worked the UPS, and the girlfriend, baby's mama, whoever, they both worked the UPS together. Office romance, you know what it is. That's how that goes. And then as a cop, you go, hey, we can justify doing this. So that's why that now the only make to add insult to injury. The white cop involved, the paramedics, and other people that were involved and didn't help. A lot, some of them were non-Black, which made it look bad. But again, the 5 Black people gone instantly. The white boy, hey, you're off this case. Go sit in the corner. So it looks even worse. But I get it. It's these brothers are what we call under the illusion of inclusion. They think they belong and are part of. They think they're equal with their counterparts until some shit happens, and then you realize. Now your ass is exposed, and you're dispensable. So yeah, I mean, but again, Jason Whitlock, I would love to just slap the taste out of his fat ass mouth. I really, really would. Y'all can tell him I said that. He can't whoop me. But he just, the thing is, he likes to do things for shock value. He's almost like a male Wendy Williams. It's like you can do things for shock value, but you're destructive and you're hurtful to your community, and therefore people are going to hate you because you tear down. I love to call us into question, and I love to make us take accountability and stand up because I'm all for my people. But I'm not going to do it to the point where you've been destroyed and want to disappear because, he's just, everything he has to say is like there's nothing that can be done right. And again, he clearly doesn't look in the mirror with his frog looking ass. He doesn't look at his family photo album. So it's one of those, and then DL hates him. DL Hewley hates him. I mean, he can't stand. He hates the guy. So anyway, I'm glad you brought that up because Whitlock is, again, he's a coon. You see, I love that word. He's a Sambo. He's all of that shit. When it comes to that. But not very popular guy. Not with us anyway.
No, he's definitely not.
Yeah. So real quick.
So is that closure for the 411 or you got for 411?
I got something. It's way different from any of this, but I want to know what y'all think on this. So I've been reading here lately, and I've seen it a couple of different places. Long story short, scientists are really, really trying to turn back the clock. So supposedly they're going to bring back the extinct dodo, the bird, the dodo. In 2027, they're going to bring back the woolly mammoth from extinction, and they're going to bring back the Tasmanian tiger, among other animals that are extinct. How do you guys feel about that? What do you think of it in terms of the technology and all that, and how do you feel about it? Because it's going to have effects.
Now they want to play God.
That part, among other things. They always wanted to do that.
So this is where
real life Jurassic World shit going on.
So we're talking about 2027.
Yeah.
So what had happened was that all people on this block and their family members could really kind of like come down to the Virgin Islands. We could just make the rest of our lives over there because ain't shit happening over there. Ain't nobody swimming across the waters.
Well, the thing
ain't
is,
a damn thing coming across the waters to come over there.
Well, that's not entirely true because let's say for instance they want to bring back the mammoth. They claim that they want to just put it in Siberia, kind of a natural native habitat. You and I both know that things migrate. Nothing's going to sit still forever.
Right.
Same thing with the Tasmanian tiger. If you put the Tasmanian tiger back in Tasmania, when there's a different
but unless you are geographically connected to the U.S., where they can just
it's not even the U.S. They're talking about locations all around the globe. The U.S. It ain't even about the U.S. It's about Russia.
They ain't put no damn like that in the Virgin Islands.
It's about Europe. So again, like George said, man plays God. Here's the thing. As curious and as excited as I would be about seeing things like that, I know the adverse effects. I would be crazy excited about seeing an actual living, breathing dinosaur, but you don't want to see some shit as big as the building that you live in that you can't control. So some things are better left where they are for a purpose. But that's where they're going. I mean, obviously we've known about that forever. Art imitates life. When you see a movie, it's because they've actually been working on it, trying it. So y'all gotta know that. But anyway, shit's about to get real. It's about to get real scary.
Right. That part.
So anyway.
Well, you know what? Until it happens, ta-da.
Girl, that shit's gonna happen in 3 or 4 years. Talking about until it happens, you're gonna have a goddamn stegosaurus knocking on your door. Talking about until it happens. You're gonna be like,
I already got the escape plan.
I mean, so anyway. Yeah, but that's it. That's just interesting news I thought was going on. So
yeah, that is interesting.
But it's going to happen, and a good part of me is really excited, but another part of me is terrified.
Yeah,
I'm a science guy, so I want to see it. But
so what are we gonna do? So what we're gonna do is every couple of months we're gonna have we're gonna probably add another segment to the show called historics or some shit with Roger, so he can let us know what the hell is going on.
History bullshit. Yeah. Hey,
I need to know.
Me trying to teach history. They get tired. They need to know it.
You know what? Look, and I'm not big on the biggest history because I'm just really not. We weren't raised like that in the islands. We were like,
what's the phrase? What's the phrase? If you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
So guess what? That's gonna be a segment right there.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Let's get to it, George. Let's get to the red and gold. Fuck all the rest of it. Let's get to it, baby.
It's about to be sports time.
Let's go.
Oh yeah. Fitness tips with Roger Hawkins. Try to get that new video done for you.
Hey, back when I was younger, I would have attempted what that man was doing with the bench press.
Whatever you do when you do the new little clip, you got to leave that right there because that's me right there sitting down getting raised. So just don't cut that out.
So anyway, okay, let me get to my fitness part just so I can say I did it. Just like Mimi said earlier, I'm gonna talk water because we were joking, but seriously. Mm-hmm. There's gonna be a lot of drinking going on Super Bowl week and things like that. You really do need to hydrate simply because two things. One, you can have an adverse effect on your body, and two, when you get dehydrated and drunk, you do dumb shit. So let's kind of help ourselves out in the midst of all the revelry and keep that water intake going. And I'm not calling names out, but I am going to shout out a couple of our listeners that have personally messaged me and told me their water intake has gone up significantly. So big ups to you guys. I appreciate it. But piss on all y'all until y'all get me some jump rope videos. I'm gonna keep messing with you about that.
Don't hold your breath. You might die.
It's nah, you just pass out. But so anyway, on to our boys. Listen, yes, we're going back to the dance and all of that. As big of a conspiracy theorist as I am, you know what? I couldn't be happier. I don't give a shit. I got what I wanted. It was fun predicting what was going to happen during the game with my buddy because I was texting him and everything I said was going to happen. So there's a lot of people mad at the refs, mad at everybody. Guess what? Don't give a shit because Cincinnati should have shut their damn mouth. You talking shit and Arrowhead. Lucky we didn't have some brothers come through from the crib that might have sniped a couple of y'all.
That part.
But anyway, you know, we're gonna do our
I
thing.
got a string of videos.
Right. So I'm gonna get this all out because George got a lot for y'all. So the storyline is great, and I mean it is what it is. It's a great storyline. You've got the first time in history 2 young black starting quarterbacks playing. So there's that. And both of those boys are bad. Jalen Hurts is a bad boy. Y'all know Patty does his thing if he's healthy. That's gonna be fun. The Kelsey brothers. I don't think it's the first time 2 brothers have played each other, but I'm not sure when the last. Is it? Okay, yeah. It is the first time in the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl. So first time 2 brothers played. First time 2 brothers played with the AH and the A and the ER.
The Peytons almost made it.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid is playing against his former team and staff. So a lot of good storylines makes for a lot of money. It is what it is. It's going to be a fun one. All that being said, let's make it happen. So, like I said, I'm going to try to get some good footage. Barring my sobriety while I'm there. and what's up?
The Philadelphia coach played for Reid.
That's what I'm saying. It's Andy's tree. Andy Reid's tree extends to both teams. So, I mean, it's Sensei versus, Daniel San Padawan, whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be really, really good. Again, Philly is not to be trifled with. So, it ought to be a really good one. We'll see what happens. Can't wait. It ought to be decent. That being said, George had pulled up all the good stuff out the archives. So we're about to get into some of these videos about the upcoming next couple of weeks.
So we had all the trash talk going on before the game, before the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start with the mayor prior to the game.
Oh, really? Okay.
Uh-oh.
So check this out.
Good afternoon, Cincinnati. I have a proclamation from the desk of the mayor. Be it proclaimed, whereas the Cincinnati Bengals are headed to Burrowhead Stadium for their 2nd consecutive AFC Championship game. Whereas at last year's game, the Bengals scored more points than the Chiefs, resulting in a Bengals victory and a Chiefs loss. Whereas Joseph Lee Burrow, who's 3-0 against Mahomes, has been asked by officials to take a paternity test confirming whether or not he's his father. Whereas all season long, Cincinnati has been on a path of destiny, fighting it out to overcome anyone who stands between them and a Super Bowl win. And whereas Kansas City is named after its neighboring state, which is, just kind of weird. Now, therefore, I, Aftab Piraval, mayor of the city of Cincinnati, do hereby proclaim January 29th, 2023 as They Gotta Play Us Day in Cincinnati. Thank you.
Woo! That's cold, but that was cold.
You just made it simple.
Okay. Was that Crystal?
That was damn near the no Vaseline of announcement.
Right,
oh
right.
My God, that was cold-blooded.
We talked a whole bunch of shit about that.
That was cold.
Yeah, and then calling Arrowhead Burrowhead, like, come on.
Yeah. But that was
funny.
The team. That was a player on the team that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
and the mayor just did it again.
What's so funny is this is the one I love because Kelsey Show got the got the mayor back, and that's what this one right here. Check this out.
this beautiful trophy. Huh? Hey, I got some wise words for that Cincinnati mayor. Know your role and shut your mouth.
Okay.
Fight! Know your role and shut your mouth. You jabroni.
Now, so he got pushback because of that.
Yeah.
Because obviously, here's the thing, jabroni, it ain't no different than calling somebody a nigga on TV. It just ain't the same. So he's going to get a little pushback. But here's the crazy thing about Kelsey. If I was young and on the dating scene, I'd either have to be cool with him, I'd have to fuck him up. Let me tell you why. Because Kelsey is tops with everybody. Kelsey can hit your girl, your sister, your mom, like every woman of every nationality want to give Kelsey some ass. I mean, he's a cool dude. I got to give it to him. I can't stand it. He's a cool guy. Met him a time or two at the club. Nice guy. But yeah, Kelsey's that dude right now. We'd have to fight.
Right. So here's his other cap.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I just want to thank God, man. Woo! Girl hit my ass. Woo! It's my home's house.
Hey, when that good old boy comes out, that good old boy comes out of him.
He on fire. I like him.
I love Kelsey. I'm getting my Kelsey jersey.
He's a character. He and his brother together are really, really fun. It's fun watching those two guys. I like when people enjoy being them.
You think Kelsey gonna get some cap back? He can't get no cap back any more than this man gonna get some cap back.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally become a political fight. Watch this shit. This happened after the game.
Thank you. For what purpose does the gentleman from Missouri seek recognition?
Speaker, I rise to address the House for 1 minute.
Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, today I rise to honor my Kansas City Chiefs for their AFC championship and their berth in Super Bowl 57. Like many veterans, I could not be prouder of the effort put forth on the field last night. Despite having an injured Patrick Mahomes, injuries to several key players, incredible amounts of outside noise, and the referees against them the entire game, the Chiefs made short work of the Bengals, and sent them off to the offseason. Well, I hope Eli Apple has fun in Cancun. I also hope that Mayor Jabroni and the rest of the Cincinnati fan base learned a valuable lesson last night. It is called Arrowhead. It is the loudest, toughest place to play in the NFL with the strongest fan base. A special thank you to Patrick Mahomes, Harrison Butker, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, and of course, Joseph Asai for all their wonderful efforts last night. We couldn't have done it without you. And to the Philadelphia Eagles, we'll see you in Arizona. Go Chiefs, Mr. Speaker.
Go Chiefs!
Thank you, Mr.
Woo!
Yes. So dope.
This is
I'll
interesting.
think to that.
That would have never happened. That would have never happened 20, 30 years ago, ever. Like,
no.
This whole country, for better or for worse, has kind of become a reality show. Like, I see it with newscasters. I see it with that. Like, a lot of shit is a lot more lighthearted and jokey joke. I don't know if that's good or bad. That was kind of funny. I would have never gotten that. You wouldn't have seen that in like the Reagan era or no shit like that. You know what I mean? But good for him. He got to speak and throw us out there. So good for him.
That's so cool, though. I like that.
Yeah, things have changed.
He called them the Bungles.
Oh yeah, they've been called that for years.
I love that.
Yeah, he said Mayor Jabroni.
Right, like I can't believe they got away with that. That's like calling somebody Mayor Porch Monkey or Mayor Coon and shit for real.
Well, you know what? When they got the platform, they can say what the hell they want to say.
Yeah, you can't take it back. Internet's forever,
Hey,
man.
that was Dwayne the Rock Johnson's thing, Jabroni. Calling people Jabroni. He brought that out.
That's all good though. It's all good.
Wow.
So yeah, that's really it on that.
I figured you get a kick out of those.
I did. I appreciate it, my guy. I appreciate it. George bringing the heat. So you look. Y'all know me.
So what's up? What's up?
Y'all know I'm good for some questions. I like asking questions. So You know, next hour we got to get into this topic. It's going to be a little more serious, but I want to ask y'all real quick. You know, just put you on the spot real quick. What are some pet peeves that you guys have? Just like whether it be stuff people say or stuff people do. Like, what are pet peeves that just kind of irk the shit out of you?
For me, bad grammar. I hate when people.
Yeah, for sure.
Use bad grammar. That drives me like that drives me to no end because there's no excuse for it. I mean, really.
Lack of education, sure it is.
And education is hard to come.
Yeah, education.
What do you consider bad grammar? You mean bad grammar or ebonics in general, or?
Okay, so this is the thing, right? So in the Virgin Islands, we say stuff like "what going on," right? And really and truly, it means what's going on.
Right. But that's
you make up one word, the whole sentence is one word.
Look, we're talking. So you're talking not personal versus professional.
No,
you know
you don't understand. So let me tell you how it is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Because I've seen a whole lot of shit from our island people on, and they're gonna come after me. I know they are, and I don't give a fuck. So this is it. The thing about it is that they say stuff like, okay, what going on? And they will spell that stuff out when they're putting stuff on their social media, So the way that we speak in dialect, they're actually spelling this stuff out.
Oh yeah.
Where people don't really understand, and then it's like, then that is their comeback. Oh, but I'm from the islands. That's not an excuse. That's some bullshit. Like,
no, but see, we're talking
come across so people can understand what you're saying.
It's personal versus professional, though. So, like, if you're in a professional setting and you don't understand grammar and, like CB said, or punctuation and things like that, then yeah, it comes off as unintelligent. Look, when we're talking, we can say whatever we want. We're having fun because all Black people are bilingual. You know, we know that we relax our speech when we're together, and then we turn it up. It just is what it is. But I see what she's talking about. If you're out in public or you're somewhere being representative, and then you just completely butcher what's considered the English language, it's embarrassing on behalf. And you know they're watching us, whether rightly or wrongly. You know people are watching and judging you as a group. So I'm with you. And to piggyback that, I'm like that about like words that are mispronounced. I think everybody kind of like Midwest people, we're kind of country. From the islands, you may say shit differently. Other people, but I don't mean that. I mean things like, first of all, I hate when people fuck up "you're" and "your" because niggas don't do it right. It's YOU' shows that you are doing some. YOUR shows possession, but I get it. Everybody didn't go to school and didn't have, some of the teachers we had. I cannot stand when people say things wrong, like the word specific, not fucking Pacific. It's an ocean, it's an area, you dumbass. I'm picky about
trying to say the word ethnicity, and he was like,
but you know what we used to have? We used to have what are called phonics, and people don't use them, and ain't no fucking body hooked on them no more.
Nobody's hooked on phonics anymore.
It's true, but like okay, how do you say espresso? ESPX, and there's no X in espresso. Espresso. Yeah, we fuck it up all the time. Another one, and
let me express it myself.
Oh no, I do that on time. See, here's the thing, I do that for fun sometimes.
Right.
I had to go ask you.
That really use it in that.
I do it on purpose, and they do it.
Let me express it myself. Like,
no, I'm talking about like you ever heard people say I asked them, especially in the South, I had to ask him. AXE. Now I do it for fun, but a lot of times nobody gets it. It's like, oh shit. I'm like, you should come on, or and I get it. It's all about how you hear things and how things are pronounced. But
like, what your name is? What your name is?
Well, see, that's just relaxed vernacular. I don't think they really think what your name is. Like if you put that on a paper, you should probably be slapped. I mean, like if you write that in a
I've been at a gas station pumping gas, approached by a gentleman. What your name is, sweet thing? What your name is?
He was country.
Not interested, and I walk away. I'm like, these days, I have to dial it back because you got to be careful because somebody can come out of the bag. This is an open carry state. They can shoot me in the back because I rejected them. So if you don't do it correctly, how you navigate these waters these days.
Don't do it correctly.
Because
But you know what?
It's gonna come out of a bag on you.
And with that being said, Roger, you're so right when you say that. Because I used to be that one that used to like snap back on some other shit years ago. But now I would say stuff like, baby boy, you know I could be your mother, right? And it'd be like, and it'd be a conversation. Oh, no, you can't. How old you is? And then we go back and forth for a little bit and then make a laugh about it.
Again, they're gonna be like,
oh, like,
I like older women, mama, you know, yeah, but you can kind of diffuse that bomb.
Right,
Yeah.
right. This is the thing, because we are older, we should be able to do that, laugh about it, and just take it as a like a compliment. Because I'd be like, sweetheart, no, I'm not available, and I'll take that as a compliment, and you have a good night.
And that's it. Just, you know,
they
like
think right. They think that I'm just the coolest chick.
I like when sisters
that.
do that. And you know what, you know what, Mimi, you made a really good point. And you know, I know we talk like that, but for anybody out there who doesn't understand that, the whole getting mad and the whole popping off, first of all, it's dangerous now. It's dangerous.
Extremely.
There was a pretty young lady here in Vegas who got killed for doing that very thing. She, you know, and again, my kids are dating age, which means they go out and shit like that. So now I sleep in my chair a lot now, waiting on these little motherfuckers to come in. I sleep in my chair a whole lot. And they ain't laying all the way down. But you have to understand that there's a way to diffuse that bomb if you're not interested, if you don't want to second date, if you don't want to get. There's ways to do it without attacking someone's masculinity and it's just the way of the world. It ain't about that. And so I appreciate that you understand that now because you realize, you know what? Let him leave. Let him have his ego intact and all that. It ain't worth a mug. Somebody coming back shooting because he was rejected.
Yes, because this is the thing. A lot of these guys are already facing a whole lot of neglect, this and that, whatever. So they feel if they tell a beautiful woman like, "Oh my God, you're beautiful. Can I take you out?" and you say something like some bullshit, they're already pissed off. Some other stuff gonna come out of them. But if you just water yourself down and like, nah, baby, I could be your mom.
And what's wrong with that? Why is it? It's not even. It doesn't hurt you to be nice enough to leave someone feeling good.
Feeling good.
I agree.
Exactly.
So what, George? I mean, I don't know if you got any pet peeves, but you know, George is probably like, you know, I don't like when somebody eat the last chicken wing or some shit. I don't know.
That part.
Am I okay? Maybe it's because I'm old. But and my daughter and I were talking about this the other day. You know what irks the shit out of me? And I know it's this generation of culture. I don't like women calling me bro, especially if you're younger and not black. I don't like it anyway. But I get that this generation, everybody's bro. They're all fucking androgynous and everything. But if I'm working and I'm professional and you're younger than me and you see me coming, don't fucking call me bro. That pisses me off. And I will tell you that. Don't call me bro. You can call me Roger. You can call me Coach Hawkins. You can call me Mr. You cannot fucking call me bro.
No, that is disrespectful, first of all.
My siblings are all in their 40s. Don't fucking call me bro, kid. I don't like it, especially from a woman. That's not feminine.
Yeah.
And considering how much things are mixed up nowadays, that little thing makes a difference. Ladies, stop doing it. And if you have children that do, stop fucking doing it. Like I know sometimes we be talking about bro. Don't do that. As a woman,
I don't like that either.
That's not cute. And you want like you confuse and skew the lines. Don't do that, ladies. I'm just trust me as a man. Don't do that. So
as a woman. Don't do that.
I'm just saying we don't like it, so you guys shouldn't for real.
Right.
You really
I don't like that either.
Yeah, it's just
because any woman that comes at you
the last week.
Yeah, no, and any woman that comes at you like that with the bro thing, that's got to be like a chick that's is something.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go there. She's either gay or on the dude
or
not
she's
so much gay,
masculine.
but on the masculine, on the stud side of thinking that that's your bro, like
or it could just be that she's used to dominating her situations, which makes her. She doesn't have to be gay. She can be, but it makes her masculine. And no real man wants to deal with a masculine woman. So you come in and do like, bro, we did okay. So you the homie now because you can't be shit else to me. You the homie. If we kick it like that, then I'm gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna be like Cube in Boys in the Hood when Shorty finished the 40. You better take your ass to the store with that. You the homie now. Because you can't be throwing me in my nigga. No, we not. Yeah. That's not sexy. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
I love my ladies, and I want y'all to be ladies, but you can't be my lady or
and then be
ladies.
and then be the homie, like
And
be
be like,
the,
yeah, bro, but it's a different world. So that's just something that irks me.
don't
That
be
man,
interested in Roger and going with the yo, what's up, all that bullshit. Because I'm telling you now, you're going in friend zone in 2 seconds. You'll be the only one that knows.
that conversation is going that way. Left as hell. You ain't got nothing to talk about. I'm like, my son lives in Austin. Call him because I'm not fucking having it. Don't talk to me about that. I don't
Look,
like
and just because he's Roger's son, he ain't having it either.
Yeah, he ain't gonna have it either. But hey, here's the thing. he might entertain you. I'm a scowl at you. My
Right,
son's gonna be
right.
like, hell no. Pop, guess who called me? I know, son.
Oh,
Yeah,
scheiße.
we ain't for that. We're not for that. That's our raising. So yeah,
Ew.
yeah, that is so.
What a night. What else we got? What else we got?
What about people that talk loudly and let everybody hear their conversation no matter where they are in public? Don't you just want to just set their ass on fire?
Yes.
Like, I don't give a shit. It was a dude that did it in the gym today. Some little middle-aged white cat, not a bad-looking guy. He was in shape, but he had an earpiece in. Yet he was talking to the phone like this, talking about, "Well, what's your domain? Well, you just need to change something." So here's what I was going to do. I was going to say, "Listen here, little short man. I should punch you in your fucking temple because you're trying to get attention to yourself because you're short. And I get it, little fella. But if I can hear what you're talking about, and you're probably wrong, I don't like that. I'm like he probably had a never mind. I'm not gonna dump on my fellas, but he was pathetic. I hate it. I don't like anybody doing that. Nobody should hear your conversation more than 3 fucking feet away.
Yes, that's true. I'm with that.
And it is usually about a bunch of nothing too. So now your conversation is embarrassing. You probably just said some shit like Pacific or espresso, you cocksucker.
No, not good.
All right, that's Roger's pet peeve.
Well, I want to say too, another pet peeve, and just one thing that needs to be addressed is how the Bengals tried to set Arrowhead on fire after they lost. That was just.
Wait, was it them? Did they find out it was them? Was it them? Or was it?
We didn't set our own.
I mean,
it was a hell of a coincidence. That's what I know that.
I had to ask. I had to ask.
Just the bad sportsmanship that they have displayed has been ridiculous. And after they lost, I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know about y'all, but I did laugh when I saw them crying because it was funny. But,
damn, you black-hearted girl.
I am. I admit it. But the thing is, I didn't feel sorry for them because of all the shit they talked.
So you're right. Here's something I said before the game. I said anybody that stands in our end zone or does that kind of shit in front of the camera, let's go back to the 40 whiners. When they did that shit, they got their feelings hurt. Now, I don't care how you call it and what happened. The fact of the matter is, don't poke the damn bear. So when you do that kind of thing, listen, hey, we got to call in the powers that be because and all that shit in front of the camera, oh, those young puppies didn't know what they had coming. See, that's where you mess up. Be humble. Shut your face. So I'm with you on that, sis. Look, if you're a sore winner, you're clearly a sore loser. So there's that.
Look, and when I saw the little guy at the side crying, and he wouldn't stop crying, and he would not stop crying, he won't stop crying. He's only 22 years old. He's really sweet, fresh in the game. I was like, he's just a baby. Somebody need to take him to the locker room so the cameras don't be focused on him because they were zoomed in on him crying.
No, that is so good for image and publicity, and they love those pictures because it shows the human side of the game. So exactly what you're saying is what they want to find. Now, that young man, that was an organic reaction. He, like you said, he's new to it. He's on the stage. And here's the thing, believe it or not, no matter how good you are, there's never a guarantee that you'll go back ever in your life. Some people never go at all. Yeah. And in your career, there's no guarantee that you'll go back. So, I mean, listen, I've been in big games. I've won one and lost several. And it does hurt when you do all you can do. Yeah. But it doesn't hurt. It hurts. It sucks. But, it is what it is.
So he was the one that had actually tackled the quarterback for the Chiefs before the game.
Oh, it's for real. For real.
So that means
of all the foul shit that I say, I don't think anything has been that bad. So y'all can say what y'all want about me, but this asshole right here, first of
he's
all,
so disrespectful.
yeah, come on, bruh.
Well, I played all the Chiefs responses, so I figured I might as well play the Bengals response.
You don't even care.
Oh my god. Yeah.
This is the thing. Whose baby is this? I just want to give them a lollipop, my titty, all kinds of shit. Like, this is the cutest sound.
Everybody gonna start crying. That went left quick as shit.
Oh, man.
Okay, you know what? I'm not asking no more questions. We can move it right along.
Oh
Damn it.
god. Oh, man.
Take it over. Take it over.
Yeah, I'm oh Jesus, keep me the cross. Ooh.
Jesus is right.
Yeah, something wrong with y'all, boy.
Let's go back to talking about the mammals and shit showing up in the next couple of weeks.
she said let's talk about bringing Siberian Huskies and fucking tigers and shit. Mimi done now. Oh, see, Mimi over here talking about titties, toddlers and titties and shit. I'm done with all y'all. I got Oh Jesus, that's funny.
George, what else we got? I don't think you was finished with your segment.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to talk no more, huh?
I'm done. I'm telling you now, I'm so done. I done gave up my milk, my titties, everything. So
no, we ain't.
Well, I'm just saying, it's only fair. I played the Chief stuff. I might as well play the.
That's pretty funny.
That was.
Listen, I got people in Ohio, so my people in Ohio, I love you. But Ohio as a state is a fucking cesspit. That place is ugh. I mean, again, that's shitty considering I'm from Missouri and I'm like, ugh, Ohio. So I mean, they're a piece of work out there, boy. But you know, for my folks that live out there, I love y'all. But you know, and I mean it. But trust me, if they could drop a bomb in that bitch, I would call y'all first and say leave, and then drop a bomb in that bitch.
Yeah, I have to warn all my people. I have a whole team out there in Ohio, and they all like goddamn. They know
it. They know Ohio. Listen, again, for us being from Missouri, because you know we got some special individuals too. But man, Ohio is wow. We like 1 and 1A in a lot of ways. Jeez, people. That's Midwest for y'all, though. I guess gotta love us.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
What else? Anybody else got some 411 or anything else? Any other juice, George?
I'm all juiced out.
You juiced out, Crystal. You juiced out.
I'm all juiced out.
Roger, you juiced out. You always got some juice, right?
You know, I always got some juice, but that's a different subject matter. So we might as well get into ours because I'll take this whole motherfucker left.
Shit. Okay, so Crystal.
Well, let's take a. Maybe we should, before we get started, why don't we take a pause for the calls?
Let's do it.
Pay some.
Hey everybody, it's me, CB. Join us every Wednesday for your Midweek Motivator, offering you conversation, motivation, music, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. So tune in. Let's talk. Join us as we shake things up and talk things out. CB and the boys. Join us for your Midweek Motivation. See ya.
불타오르네. I'ma make you pump like that. 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 Just like that.
Hey everybody, let's get together and feel alright with CB and the Boys radio show. Join us every Wednesday for your Midweek Motivator, offering you music, conversation, motivation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun.
I gotta admit, that one with the fire, that is so dope.
Hey,
Yeah, so can we do something about one love?
you know how crazy that is? She's like, ooh, I touch myself when I see me breathing fire. Hey, you a yeah. Well, I'm trying to tell you.
No, it's just so dope. I'm like, man.
Listen.
I think my
It
best
really
idea
is, though. It really
hours
is.
in the morning. I think I
It
did
really
that like at 3 a.m. I was like, man, that's so dope.
Oh
Like,
Lord.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah, 3 a.m.
we are glad you approve. Yeah.
Those are like the booty call hours. Like,
But you know what's weird? When she sent that message this morning, I was up. And I was gonna respond, but I'm like, nah, I don't want to hear no shit from nobody. I was actually up and I was like, why the hell is this girl sending the group message at 2? It was like 2 a.m. my time. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with her?
it was 3 a.m. my day. It's 3 a.m. That's my
Yo, son, okay,
my
you hell of a drug, man.
witching hour. I get my best ideas at 3 a.m. and I
No.
share them with all of you.
The only thing you need to be doing at 3 a.m. is going to get a towel, a sandwich, and figuring out who's going,
oh.
Well, I had ramen this morning. I had some ramen noodles, which was delicious. At 3 a.m., it was like the best.
Okay,
Right.
Listen. There's never a bad time to have you some top ramen, but at the same time, no, you ain't gonna go cooking no ramen after no liquor.
That's not. Damn, Crystal.
Right, George, help me out.
It was cooked to perfection. It was so good, and it was the shrimp flavor, which was just so succulent.
First of all, you're wrong. Beef is best. I'll argue with anybody on that. Shrimp ain't. It's beef.
Well, I was out of the beef one because I already ate the beef one, so I ate the shrimp one. The shrimp one was the bomb, and then the next one I have is the crab one. Now the crab, I'm so looking forward to that, and I'll probably eat that about 3 a.m. tonight too. So I'm looking forward to it.
Roger, get back in.
I'm sorry. What were we talking about? I'm sorry. What were we saying? Oh, damn.
Oh my God! So we
I
need
ain't
to
gonna be up
move.
with 3 this time. I ain't gonna be up. So no.
So our topic tonight, guys, is colorism. Colorism. Now, does everybody remember the movie School Days? Spike Lee masterpiece. Do we all remember that?
Hey, listen.
Yes, maybe.
Okay, so guys, the topic tonight is colorism, the emotional and psychological battle. Then comes the reality, which there's some reality to this shit right here. So we're about to talk about it. Crystal, go.
So the definition of colorism is prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. Colorism within the Black community has been a serious emotional and psychological battle going on for centuries. And this actually goes back to slavery, when you had the dark-skinned slaves who were working in the fields, and you had the light-skinned, fair-skinned slaves who were in the house. They were house workers. And so that started the battle between light and dark. And I think a lot of it has to do with jealousy.
Oh, that is an interesting definition. I didn't realize the actual definition mentioned that basically saying darker skinned people have an issue with light skinned people. Like that's a direct attempt to separate. And I never knew that until you just read that. And that's fucking wild.
Right. So I almost wish that I had like some of my DR Santo Dominican girlfriends on this tonight, because I have some girlfriends that are dark skinned DR Santo Dominican, and I have maybe 3 or 4 light skinned Santo Domingans DR. And there is the shit is real down there. Like the light skins have the pretty hair and the nice eyes and and they're the ones that can afford to go get their body shapes and all this bullshit. And then you have like, the dark skinned Santo Domingans that are more from like the Haitian, because you guys know that Dominican Republic and Haiti is connected, right?
Mhm.
So you have like the ones that are like mixed or either like more on the Haitian side or more on the darker color, you know, and they're the ones that are like treated like a mess. But it's really interesting because you don't hear a lot about the light colored ones doing business like the dark colored women do. The dark colored women are like on there, you know what, I'm gonna do some nails and some hair and I'm gonna sell some shit and we're gonna sell all kind of stuff and we're entrepreneurs and we're this and we're that. And then on the light skin side, they're on the, well, he's taking care of me. So I'm gonna do this, and some other this, and whatever. So it's really crazy down there. And when I see that, I'm just like, at the end of the day, you're all from the same place. And it's really crazy. Like, you know, because I'm from the Virgin Islands, and in my family we have like the blonde hair, blue eyes, to like the darkest and the worst hair, and we're all family. I've never felt that type of thing. And I'm just like, wow, like they doing that. So what are you guys' thoughts? Like, this whole thing is crazy.
Well, colorism was a term believed to be first coined in 1982 by Pulitzer Prize winner Alice Walker. She was defined by her to mean the excuse me, the prejudicial or preferential treatment of same race people based solely on their color. It is not racism, although there is a clear relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So, a clear example of racism would involve a business that refuses to hire Black people.
Right.
Colorism would not preclude the hiring of a Black person, but there would be a preference for a Black person with a lighter skin tone than a darker skinned person. So, basically, it came from the phrase, if you is white, you's all right. And that was from stories about colorism in America. And that rings true because, I mean, that's kind of how it has been. And that's how you are treated. I know that being fair-skinned, I have always felt like I try to get along with everybody. You know, that's just me. That's who I am. But I also know that in my school's past, like, for example, my college roommate, Cookie, she was darker skinned and she seemed to have a problem with me because I was lighter skinned, which to me made no sense because when I saw her, I saw my roommate who was supposed to be my friend. But there were some times that she would make, you know, comments like if I was wearing a certain color, she was like, man, I can't wear that color. And I'm thinking to myself, why not?
I've heard that from people.
Do you just not like the color? You know, it never dawned on me that it's because she's darker skinned or she felt because she was darker skinned, she couldn't pull a color off. And that kind of made me feel bad for her because I can wear anything. And it's always been like that. So I will never know the struggle that a darker skinned woman goes through. I just
let me tell you, look, there shouldn't be a struggle. There shouldn't be.
It shouldn't, but it is.
George, go ahead.
But I was just saying, realistically, that's true. I mean, there are certain colors that don't look good on certain tones, skin tones. It is.
100%.
I mean, you can't get somebody that's black as Mimi's background and put them in a canary yellow outfit.
Well, I mean, you can. Africans love bright colors.
You can, but
it's true. So what's going to happen is next week,
a lot
Wednesday.
to talk about when they're walking down the street. You know what I mean?
Next week for sure, I'll wear yellow. Let me see how that shit's going to look. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Look.
So
it's going to be fine. You yellow.
But what's funny is everybody. See how everybody's mentioning their respective experience, and so historically, let's go back. Part of the reason, one of the big reasons that light-skinned slaves got preferential treatment, if you want to call it that, was because the only way they could be that was to be the bastard children of slave owners, which means even though you're a slave and I got to treat you a certain way, you're still going to get preferential treatment because you are still of me. And so even though we didn't discuss it, The missus of the house didn't say shit. Ain't no reason you're gonna have them beige babies without some white DNA. That's why they got to work in the house, didn't get beat in the field. It didn't mean they weren't treated. It didn't mean they weren't still slaves, but the treatment was way, way up there. So that's where the so-called jealousy and envy comes into play, because I know that because that's a mixed kid right there, he or she is going to get to be out of the sun, probably sleep in the house and not a shack, and probably get to do things that the darker field hands will never get to do because you have no DNA as your owner. It is what it is. Now that shit trickled down for generations, and it doesn't make it fair. So our parents and grandparents, of course, those prejudices carry over for generations. And unfortunately, you're right, guys. It does go like that. And now people don't even know why they dislike lighter people or darker people or whatever. But it's true. What I think is interesting is like my niece, obviously my wife has a twin. Our children actually resemble. So I have two girls. They have a girl. The girls look alike. Every one of them is attractive. My niece is much, much darker skin tone. She's a bad girl. She's tall. She's attractive. She's got exotic eyes, but she struggled. We're from Missouri, and she went to school in Blue Springs. Enough said. George and Crystal already know what the fuck that equals.
Yeah.
She struggled because she was so dark, and it was 90-something% white. My kids have about my skin tone. Here's what I say about me, and I'm not being funny. I'm like blue jeans. It's like, you know what? You're always able to. You can fit with any outfit. You're always going to get picked for something. So it's like you ain't at the top, you ain't at the bottom, but you're always in style. Because my skin is pretty even. I'm earth tone. Because I'm earth tone, I can wear most anything. So like you guys just said, light skinned people have a harder time wearing things like yellow and green and pink because you look washed out. But darker things look better on you. Dark skinned people have been told to steer clear of very, very bright colors. Some don't. But because they're darker, things that go more toward the secondary part of the color wheel fit them better. Now, this is just aesthetics and matchmaking, but it's true. Some people that have more brown in them, if you strictly in that brown, you can wear just about anything. If you was super pale, if you was a super pale white redhead, some shit you bet not touch. Just like
That's
if you was the darkest part of Kenya,
like yellow or white.
Yeah, exactly. They look sick. But some shit you shouldn't touch if you're super dark.
But if you wear black or red or brown, it's like, oh wow.
Do it. But people do it.
I love black and red. Those are my colors.
Exactly. So what's funny is when my skin tone is funny, we're making fun of that. We're making jokes. I used to always wear basic shit. I love wearing like bright shit now. I can wear yellow, green, or orange and rock the fuck. Because of my skin tone, I can rock it. Right. But some people can't rock pink. Some people can't rock red or yellow. But I'm right in the middle of the spectrum. So what's funny is, and also the whole you can pass thing, like you two would have had me on the train and I'd have been with y'all because y'all would have passed. You know, one of you two light skinned, y'all would have had to sign off on me to travel by train. Because you discolored asses would have been able to read me, but this is my nigga. But it's funny, but it's true. So,
it's true.
A lot of people, the lighter you were, the more opportunity you had.
You know, there's a hot TV show series on right now that the whole TV show is based around colorism.
Really? I don't know if I want to. I bet you it's emotional. I bet it's an emotional roller coaster.
It's comedy.
Oh, stupid thing.
Blackish.
So here's the thing. I tease y'all all the time because I don't.
It's the show Blackish, Roger. It's the show Blackish.
Oh, Blackish. Yeah.
Oh, well, that TV show is based around colorism.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Yes.
But it's also about progressiveness, and that's what I like about it. I love the actors in it. You know, big ups to Anthony Fishburne and Jennifer Lewis and all those young people. Big ups to them. But like I tease you guys all the time because my best friend is mixed. He's black and white, but that he looks like any damn thing. He looks Muslim. He looks everything. But he grew up on the black and white side, and he didn't fit in anywhere. And he talks about that. How he was never black enough for the black people or white enough for the white people. So there's a whole different set of problems that come with all that light skin. But it used to be considered if you were light skinned, you were automatically more attractive. And I've seen, listen, ugly knows no barriers. Let me put it to you like that. Ugly knows no boundaries. But neither does beauty, because I'll be the first to tell y'all, a girl I grew up with, one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen in my life. Her whole family was a family full of dark skinned women with long hair, which was theirs. So yes, we can grow it, and pretty white teeth. They were the mama, the auntie. They were all, and I don't even use that word. They were fucking gorgeous. They were all gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
She was probably the darkest girl I ever dated. Gorgeous. But it doesn't. But people are so color struck, as we call it, because the other part of the world has a tendency to accept, because you look more Anglican, you're less frightening, or you're less of a mystery. See, the darker you are, the more scary and a mystery you are. You look, to people, they may think, or is he savage? Is he whatever? Believe it or not, I deal with that shit to this very day because of who I work with. I work with Asians. I work with Hispanics. I'm usually bigger, taller, darker than them. They don't realize that I'm more educated and I'm here to help you. They just think black is black. I deal with that shit to this very day, but I know how to handle it as well. So it's still alive and well, folks. It's still alive and well, which sucks. I hate to say that. I'm using that tongue in cheek, because the well part I fucking hate, but it is very true. I know we got some good stuff queued up for y'all, just for y'all old heads like us. I know George is we waiting to kick it in. We've been talking about this today. So.
Oh, that was up to Crystal, and she wanted me to play it. I pulled it up.
Let's play a part of it for the throwback, man, because I mean we all love it, like we all know where it came from. Let's give a little bit of the throwback.
This is a short one here, so this is the short one.
Let's go.
Have fun. Let's do it.
That brings back so many memories. I remember when that movie came out.
Yeah, but for the young folks, if y'all ain't up on school days like my kids are, if y'all ain't up on school days, it is so true in terms of like what a lot of us went through growing up, man. It's so crazy how that, who had long hair, who had straight, who had whatever. And, so like that term, good and bad hair, my grandmother and my aunt would lose their shit if you said she had good hair or she had bad hair, because good hair was assuming if they were light skinned, obviously had a little more Anglican blood in them, that they had quote unquote good hair. No, any hair is good hair. Bald is bad hair. That means you got none. As a woman, that's bad hair. But we know what we're talking about. So all of these colloquialisms and terminology that were actually used to break us down and separate us, I'm glad a lot of them have gotten distance. But people are going back natural, which is cool, because just the things that we can do aerodynamically with our hair and all that. I mean, everybody has something to offer, but I hate the separatism that comes with colorism, to use the terms. So we're getting better a little bit, just a little bit. We're getting better. But yeah, I'm gonna keep teasing light skinned people. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna talk shit on y'all.
Yeah, that's okay, because I'm always ready for the shit. I don't give a shit. Today I got hair, tomorrow it's falling out, then it's growing back, then it's growing stronger. Then I use a remedy. I put coconut oil and all this shit together. Be like, oh shit, it's growing nice, it's growing thick, and it's all big.
My God.
And I still have to put curls on it and put my dreads and
fruit salad in your damn head. But all right, that's cool. Whatever. That's African sugar growth. That ain't number those perm.
It never ends. It is what it is.
No. So okay, so let me ask you too, and I tease you guys a lot, but CB, did you necessarily you went to kind of, I won't say a diverse school, but you definitely had a huge Hispanic population, white and black. Growing up, maybe in the neighborhood or maybe in school, did you experience this type of thing outside of your roommate, like in your neighborhood or at your school or whatever? Because again, you can kind of broach the middle if you get in the sun and get a little bit of a tan. You can work your way up into that tan brown area. But did you experience anything like detrimental to your well-being and shit like that?
I had people always try to play in my hair. I guess they were checking for tracks to see if I was wearing a weave, which I've never done. It's
Not
so
at your age.
Not now,
Yeah,
fool.
yeah, they didn't have Reed back then.
very funny. They had weed back then. I just never partook
It was
of that.
bad.
Per se.
Ooh, it was
But
bad.
and it's just even still today, like when I wear my hair flat ironed or silk pressed, strangers will look at me or ask me where did I get my hair, and I'm like, I grew it. So even today, people still go through that when they see someone with their hair fixed nice or shiny, bouncy, silky. They automatically think it's a wig or they think it's a weave. And
Right.
back in school, I would have like people would start playing in my hair because I guess they were checking to see if I was wearing a wig or if I was wearing a weave, which I never was. So that usually, tripped me out because I'm like, are we not supposed to have nice hair? Like what?
Yeah, but think about it. As a rule, especially in the 80s, that wasn't the case. I mean, you would catch a couple, y'all listen. We from the hot iron generation. Oh shit, it was many a burnt neck and forehead coming to school, but that was, that was the last part of the Madam C.J. Walker era. So yeah, if you stop and think about it, before the Jerry curl and other things, no, we really weren't expected to have that unless you had direct Indian or Asian or some type of or white or some type of other DNA. The possibility of growing your hair to a certain length really wasn't there. So I understand that my sisters, all the women in my family, just happen to be able to grow hair. So all of my sisters have long hair, which is interesting because they're all about my complexion, maybe a little darker. So it will trip you out a little bit when you go, wait a minute, what are you using? Because for the most part, and we do, the weave wig industry really ain't for us because that shit doesn't match our hair texture at all, which is why so many of my sisters look so horrible with those ratty things going on. It's not that you can't buy good ones because you can. And sidebar, I've said it before, I'll say it again. White women spend way more money and wear way more extensions and sew-ins than you would ever believe. Don't ever think this shit down to their back all the time. It's not. And I've had to call them out on the carpet about that. Nevertheless, the texture matches because it comes from Indian women most of the time, Asian women. They have the same type of hair follicle, ergo the same texture. We don't. We have a round follicle, our shit twists and curls, and it doesn't look shit like the ponytail that you got. But I digress. We've been putting things in our hair, feathers, and all kind of stuff for centuries back in Africa. It is what it is. So I can see how that would happen where you were. You're Heinz 57. You're kind of mixed up, so I'm pretty sure between the baby daddies and where you lived and stuff like that. I'm sure you get different things because people want to know where you're from and what all are you and shit like that. So it's pretty evident if you have longer hair or an accent or things like that. But has it ever caused you an issue like living in a particular neighborhood or just what I mean, or did somebody? I don't know that you'd ever be mistaken, but you get.
Well, I mean, growing up in the Virgin Islands, I wasn't mistaken because people know who you are and what you're made of when you live in an island. It's like, okay, she definitely got Puerto Rican in her. So I'm gonna show you guys this picture, right? And in this picture, I was 11 years old, and that braid that's going down the side of my neck over there was like really like when you take that down and you wash that hair was down past my butt. And maybe like when I was 13 years old, I was at majorette practice one day, and I was like, you know what? When I go home, my mother was away for about a week, and I said, I'm gonna stick some gum in my hair, and I'm gonna cut this shit off because I was bullied because my hair was long, and I was this chick that my brothers used to like break dance and all that good old stuff. So they break dancing, we're popular, nah nah nah. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to be this chick that everybody's like, that's his sister. So I was like, I'm going to cut my hair like all the other chicks. They got short hair, so I'm going to cut it. I cut my hair all the way up to my neck. I just took the whole braid and I just went. My mother got back from out of town and she came to the majorette practice to surprise me. And she could not find me
She got
amongst the others. When I say, when I got home, she's gonna watch this video because I'll send it to her.
It was like that.
Beat the shit out of me. And then she had to take me to one of her friends who had a salon, like fix this shit. And ever since then, I've had short hair forever and I've embraced it and I love it. But yeah, I did go through my share of, you know, she's got long hair, we don't like her, or she's light skinned.
See how crazy that is? It doesn't matter what side you're on, there's going to be something.
It's
If
gonna
you're
always
dark
be
and
something.
You can't grow hair, or you're dark and you're whatever. If you're light skinned, so it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like in other words, all that to say, humanity sucks. People are just
Yeah.
mean. If you're different from the group, you're going to catch persecution.
Because it doesn't, this is the thing, it doesn't matter what you do. If you decide that you're gonna cut your hair short because you wanna be a part of the amongst, you're not gonna be a part of the amongst because they're gonna always know you for that long hair that you can still grow.
Mm-hmm. It comes from a place of jealousy. Once again,
Yes, of course.
envy, jealousy, you know, call it whatever, but it comes from that place, and that's a powerful thing.
Do you guys not go through the same thing though? Because I know
Yeah.
we go through it, but don't
Our
you
life
guys
is
go through it?
not nearly to that extent. I mean, if you live in the hood, yeah, trust me, we men and males do things differently. Like if everybody's kind of like right in the middle, and then you have a new kid in the school or on the block, and maybe this kid is. I had a good buddy in school. He and his sister were friends of mine. He had a different father. He was very very light, and he had like gray eyes, but he was black. So you already know what his dad was.
Mhm.
And because he went to a school with 98% looking like me, of course, for a while he caught grief because he looked differently.
Right.
Whether it was popular because he didn't have the typical brown eyes that black people have, or because he had lighter skin. Back in the 80s, light skin y'all was in, man. Light skin was in. But it's interesting because you have extremely light and extremely dark, and you can get attention either way, but you're going to catch pushback because you are different. It's kind of like the Dr. Seuss
Yeah.
book about the speeches and shit like that. Everybody looks the same, then there's no reason to judge or to have to be defined by anything because we're all the same. The minute somebody goes outside of that box,
Mhm.
they become where all the scrutiny is directed. So, but as guys, we don't. We usually define ourselves a little differently by appearance. I mean, yeah, if there's one guy who's taller or one guy who's a little lighter or whatever, yeah, he's going to catch a little pushback. He will, especially if he's attractive or whatever. But we develop acceptance really quickly. We go,
Okay,
okay,
so question,
yeah,
Roger. I'm
yeah.
gonna cut you off. Where do you think that comes from? Do you think it comes from a place of family talking about it growing up, and all of a sudden, is it your psyche that when you see this, you're like automatically like, oh
No,
shit,
you
light
you
skin,
learn
taller,
you learn
whatever.
by what's around you. So if you're taught, like, again, if you're taught that, hey, this is pretty and this is not pretty, if that's what you're shown or if that's what you see, then that's what you're going to emulate. But if you're taught acceptance, then you talk with your parents, whatever, and they go, hey, yeah, everybody's different. This is how you embrace. Now, I will give this generation that I talk so badly about right now credit for that. They accept everyone, very eclectic groups, and I love that. You have every nationality as friends.
Right.
In our day, we mostly grew up in neighborhoods where 98%, 99% looked like we did. And if you were outside of that 98, 99%, you were going to catch a little pushback. Now you've got to earn your way. You got to figure out how to be good enough, tough enough, smart enough, fast enough to get accepted because you look differently. And that's just the nature of the world. But if you see your parents act a certain way, you're going to do that too. If your mama comes in there like, that old light skinned heifer, what they call a high yellow heifer, that high yellow heifer thinks she's so and so and so forth, you're going to act just like that because of the
Right.
video. If someone was left by their woman or man for someone that was lighter, darker, taller, shorter, richer, you're going to have a vendetta. And then you're going to pass that on. So that shit is taught. It's a learned behavior, believe it or not. You know you're different, but you're okay with it until someone teaches you that not to be okay with it.
Otherwise, of course. George, how do you feel about that? Because I know that you rock a bald head by choice. Because I saw your
And he's
daddy. Your daddy
tall.
got a
Well,
full head.
George taught it because
Hey,
he's
hey, hey, hey,
tall.
hey, hey. Let me finish saying what I'm saying. You are bald head by choice because I seen your daddy. Your daddy got a full damn head of hair. You could have a full head of hair if you want to. You might just chose to just like, you know what, I want to rock the bald. What is your take on all of this that we're talking about? Whether it's the light skin, whether it's the bald head or hair, like what?
Well, to start with, I do have people ask me about my dreads all the time, but I just tell them ain't no problem. But with me, I'm just too lazy to comb my hair. So I get up, do one of these, I'm ready to go. I'm just saying, I ain't got to worry about it. I don't have to carry a comb. That's $3 I didn't have to spend. I don't need no grease. That's $5 I didn't have to spend.
Oh, Lord.
I don't need no hair shampoo.
So you was thinking about that shit.
Another $5 I didn't have to spend. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
And
question.
I ain't got to pay no barber.
Did you have to face
That's
discrimination?
$20 I ain't got to spend.
Let me ask you, George. Did you have to face discrimination as a result of being taller, being bald, having a skill that others don't have?
Oh, yeah.
Did you go through
Yeah,
your stuff?
everywhere I go, I got to change light bulbs. Like, can you change my light bulb? For real, bitch? Buy a step ladder. I'm just saying.
It could be.
I must have changed all my grandma's light bulbs.
You was gonna do that
like
tall
90 times. I'm just saying. Can you grab that off the shelf?
Right.
Soon as I walk in the store, can you get that for me?
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm the one that does that shit. If I'm in a grocery store and it's something I can't reach, I'll look for the next person that's walking in the aisle. I'll be like, "Can I use your height right quick?" And most guys, they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah." They accept. But I'm sure that if I was of some other shit, they'd be like,
Don't talk to me. Because it's nothing terrible, but it just goes to show how people deviate from what they would normally do if they see somebody like opportunity, shall we say. So yeah, but it's just kind of how you deal with it. Some is better than others. I mean, we have prejudices and think about it. Most women, okay, think about it. When you're dating someone, would you prefer him to be taller than you? As a rule?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
You gotta be this tall to ride this ride. If I can't look up at you, you do not stand a chance.
This is the thing. If we are eye
Mimi,
to eye,
that's a fucking no.
First of all, Crystal, if anybody's shorter than you, they're officially a midget.
Can I say something? This is the thing with me. If I am in my 4-inch heels and we see eye to eye, you're good.
Which means he's about 4 inches taller than you, so that's fine.
Yeah,
but that's
he's a couple inches taller than me. And I've been eye to eye with me being still with flat shoes on and eye to eye, and I've been good with it. That little chick down there.
What's that, like 5'6"? Was that like 5'6" maybe?
Over there.
You're making it easy because a lot of women be unrealistic as hell talking about he needs to be 6 feet tall, this much and that much.
No, come on.
As long as they can look up at him, I'm good.
That's the most common height that women ask for in this country. They ask for 6 feet tall.
I ain't asking for shit. My thing is, you could be
someone taller than me.
You could be 6 feet tall and a mass murderer beating the shit out of me. My thing.
Well, we're
good.
talking about the requirements that you would like. We're not just talking about in general.
But short man, you got to deal with Napoleon complex, and I don't need Napoleon. I'm not the Battle of Waterloo.
And that gets screened really quickly. And if that's the case, then you got to do this. Because I had one of those in my family, and he's no longer with us. May he rest in peace. But that thing right there, I'm telling you now, that thing was always on freaking some kind of mode. If we played pool, like I gotta beat you. Always something.
That's a point. We're talking about like prejudices and discrimination. So being tall, being lighter, being darker, as a man, being short is a huge leg down. It's not a leg up, it's a leg down.
But you can be short and have it all going on.
Unless you're Kevin Hart.
Exactly. But now think about it. None of y'all knew Kevin or would have talked to him when he was in his early days. I know you didn't because I follow comedy. That being said, before Kevin was 9 figures, y'all would have been like that little short man because as a rule out the gate, if you ask somebody what they want, you give them a wish list on a man, it's not to have a fucking 5'3" guy. It's just not.
He's 5'3" and I'm 5'2". That might have made it.
The fuck it would have. You don't feel safe. You don't feel safe. I'm a man and I'm telling you, no, you don't. Listen, Every woman in my family's 5'3". That is not hot. And I was short for a long time, so I was scared. I was worried like a motherfucker. You are not taken seriously unless you have a big entourage and a lot of money. It just don't. Now Kevin can stand on a pile of money and be 7 feet tall. But walking down the street, you're not gonna look at him and be like, let me cross the street. This dude is dangerous. You're gonna be like, oh, that's so cute. Anytime a motherfucking woman says, oh, nigga, you are not dangerous. I'm sorry. I want you to be worried about me. I want you to feel like he's nice, but he can be dangerous.
I can't stand Roger. He can't stand
A good example is Leprechaun. He was short as hell, but he would kill you in a heartbeat.
Let me decipher cute.
Go ahead.
When it comes from a woman. All right. And a woman says you're cute. That means you're nice looking, but you'll never see me naked.
Yep. It means you friend zone, you not getting the draws because
I'm gonna tell you something. Look, so I agree with you guys because that little word cute, whether it's for us being told, oh, you're so cute, that is some sick child shit. Don't tell me that shit.
Oh, to
I'm
you?
sorry. No,
To
just
you?
yeah, exactly. That because then you're telling me I look like a child, I seem like a child, I'm this and a child. You just put me from here and you brought me all the way.
Puppies.
So what you talking about? You talking about like your peers?
It would be like if a woman told you, Roger, oh, you're so cute. You're gonna be like,
for sure. Yeah, I'm a grown ass man. I'm not cute. I'm not fucking. You're right.
Right.
So, speaking of that, I know we're going off, so we're jumping around, but y'all keep up with us or go.
It's same light skin, dark,
but listen,
short.
Saying that, you know what men is back to pet peeves. You know what we hate when women try to emasculate you. Their sisters do this shit all the time. You and your little friends. When y'all say your little friends. let me tell you what we think, but what we don't say. Because this is a black woman. This is a black woman thing. You have with your little friends. So what we really thinking is, bitch, if you didn't call the police, me and my little friends would knock you the fuck out. So stop saying that. We grown ass men. But second of all, don't fucking try to make me a punk like I'm a little boy because you mad and you feel some kind of way. You and your little friends. We'll turn your car over and put it on fire. Fuck you. I hate that shit. I hate it. That's why you laughing because you said it before. And you lucky you got all your fucking teeth. That shit is not cute. That is not hot. We fucking hate that.
So let me say this.
I'm sorry. I'm sensitive.
I'm gonna say this, and I gotta say I am super guilty
of
that.
I can tell you are.
Because, which by the way, I'm laughing, right? Because I have told my guy that because every now and then he does something weird, and I'd be like, I don't know if you think you're talking to your little friends when you're on this.
This is how beefs get started. This is how the police get called. Don't fucking. That's so disrespectful.
But look, check this out. We both laugh about it, but now that you've mentioned it, I will never do that again because it really might bother him, and he will probably not tell me.
For that. No, it bothers him.
I won't do it. I won't do it no more.
My mother and my grandmother, both my mothers never said that, but I've heard it too many times. Nobody's ever said that to me, and I'm not bragging. Nobody's ever said it to me because that's a felony on my record. If you say that to me, don't ever say that to me because
I'm not gonna say it. I didn't know that. Like I get emotional about shit that's said to me, and I leave it at that. But
let me
laugh about this shit. I didn't think that. Wow.
Because it's the ultimate way to disrespect and emasculate a man. It's just like back in the day when white people called men boys. You know why we call each other man?
But let me ask you a question. Would you not talk about it? Would you not bring that up? Like, babe, you know what you said?
Oh, if somebody said it to me. Oh, have mercy, absolutely. But that's me. But I like to discuss things. Some guys can't. They go see red. It's over. You can't do that. I'm a little more. I try to be civil about it. But again, like I said, it's never been said to me personally. But not in a non-joking way. But I'm talking about somebody ever. But you cannot. You can't say that. Ooh, you can't say that to me. If I heard somebody say it to another person, I would be like, oh shit, I'm about to lose it. I hate it. It's disrespectful as fuck.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
So let me put it to y'all like this, since we off tangent now. We'll get back to the subject.
That's crazy because I think if somebody told me something like that, I'd just like, look, I'm not with you and your little friends. I'd be like, okay, whatever.
Okay, but listen, let me tell you why it's a double standard. While we talking, let me tell you why it's a double standard. Mm-hmm. y'all like to be called girls because, hey, girls, what's going on, girls? Because it makes you feel youthful and still attractive because you want to be young. So we go, hey, how the girls doing today? You don't make what you old ladies doing. Y'all don't want to hear that. We were called boy in the past, so we want to be called man. That's why brothers call each other man. That's my man, my man. We want to, because we have to change that damage. So
Okay.
you can't call no black man boy. And conversely, you can't say your little friend. Okay, we don't like to be called little. Men don't like to be called little, just like women don't like to be called big. Don't look at a dude and go, "Oh my God, you so little, bitch." We lose it. Don't do that. Because if he grabs your arm and go, "Oh my God, your arms are so big," you don't want to hear that. You want to hear you got muscle or you look. You don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear little. Don't call a man little. Ain't shit little about a man, except his tolerance for that bullshit.
Oh, some other shit. CB.
That part.
That's real. Well,
You know
listen.
where I was going with that.
That's your choice. Those are your
Quite a
cookies.
few things little on a man. Trust.
Hey, look. So what happened was that's a topic for another day, Crystal. That's another subject matter. Let's stick to the white and black and light skin, dark
That's
skin.
your suggestion. That's anyway. So back to the light skin, dark skin. Hey, so we about to shoot in the orbit with that one. But anyway,
it's gonna be a short orbit because we got 15 more minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, I feel
really
like
about 5 or 6.
Yeah, you know,
Anyway.
closing it up. But the
Oh,
discrimination.
you're right. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know what you get. See, she on her time. Her time is always jacked up. You know, she an hour ahead of me and be off.
We
But-
can't go to the last minute and the midnight hour. We ain't doing that.
So okay. So quickly, do you ever feel like you've been given an advantage because of your skin tone, or haven't had one taken away? If you legitimately say, can you feel like you've ever been given an advantage because of how you look?
I think I have. I'm
I
gonna
know
say
you
that.
have. I appreciate you.
I definitely have.
Thank you. I appreciate. But I was gonna say, if either one of y'all said no, it was gonna get ugly quick. I was gonna like, you lying.
no.
But you didn't do nothing wrong. It's just true.
Right.
Like people, look.
Well, when I get stopped by the cops and I get a ticket, they always put on that I'm a white female.
That's I mean, you live in Arizona, so they're pretty stupid if they don't think that.
Yeah, they just
That happens a lot, and that happens a lot in Kansas City too.
Oh.
Stupid
Well, I'm gonna always be Latina anywhere I go. They don't see anything but Latin.
No, they just
Spanish,
hear.
that's it.
As soon as you start talking, they hear. They go, "Oh God, West Side Story about to start stabbing people." They know what your ass is. Only in America. Anyway, but it's listen. There's nothing wrong with if you receive the benefits of it, but maybe sometimes it makes you a little more sensitive to the plight of people that don't catch a break. It's just like the prejudice, if you will, of you know what some people think, maybe being short, maybe being attractive, maybe being tall, maybe being rich. But you know, you got to know that that's this country. This country looks to light as closer to white and dark, and even in this day and age, it still plays a part.
It's even worse now than I've ever seen before. Because, like I said, you know, growing up in the islands, I never experienced that. But now being in the States, and I see that type of stuff, it's like, oh my God, it's so ugly.
Yeah.
You know, and I saw that ugliness from the second I got to the States, and I was like, okay, that's not even on us in the islands. This is some stateside shit that's ugly. You know, and it may be happening in the islands too. We just don't feel that because
it happens like in India and stuff. It absolutely does. Trinidad,
white folks are not going to come down to the Caribbean with their bullshit.
Bro,
they seize that shit as soon as they get off the plane. Because I'm gonna tell you something.
It's your own people. It's your own people.
Caribbean people step up to the plate and let them know where they're at. Like, yo, you're not gonna cross from over there to come over here to start no shit. You might come up missing.
Trinidad. She's from Trinidad, and she's Indian and black. She's dark skinned, darker than me, shorter than you, long hair. So she's got all that mix. But she when I used to work together, she would talk about that how the lighter people still caught a break because you know the Indian descent was one thing, but if you were lighter, and again that's in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, it is.
I mean, I've heard that. I mean, it's anywhere. If you have a more Afrocentric look or skin tone versus,
you get treated differently.
European, you get treated differently.
Yeah.
Brazil, they're huge on that. Brazilian, they're the worst. They bleach their skin, they do all that shit. They literally are niggas that speak Portuguese, but they bleach their skin and try to go as light as they can. They try to get accepted and assimilate.
And
Which
look, it's interesting because not to cut you off, but to cut you off. So I met one over the weekend on this this other project that I'm on. And when I tell you, because you don't come across Brazilians every day. This chick, born and raised in Brazil, just got here a couple years ago. When I say, I was like, oh my God, she's so freaking beautiful, curly hair, got her business going, all kind of stuff, and still had this little sense of insecurity within her. And I was just like, yo, you own your shit. Like, you the shit. Like, what? Like,
they made
we're
her
gonna
feel
get
like
together
that.
after this. And she was just like, whoa, because she saw me like, da-da, and I'm looking at her like, your accent is beautiful, you're beautiful, your aura is beautiful. What's going on? And I was like, we're gonna talk away from this. So we actually have a meetup in the next upcoming days. But I'm just like,
oh, this is gonna be good because you're gonna find out that if she's not perk, what we used to call that perk near but not plum, that means perk near white but not plum white.
and she does look her business that she does waxing. They do all that waxing stuff. And she's awesome. When I say awesome sauce, and I'm just like, I'm really big on bigging women up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care where you came from. Like, let's go.
It is called the Brazilian wax for a reason.
Yeah. We actually talked about that when we were over there having our little meetup and stuff. I was like, yeah, y'all really like taking y'all clothes off. She's like, yeah, we do. Like, this is a lot of clothes for us during the winter here in the States. And I was like, yeah, I know it. But yeah, but that's just, but they do have this sense of insecurity, which is so bad. And it shouldn't be,
You know what that is? That's European influence. They have literally convinced the world that the lighter you are, the better. And what's funny is if you look at scientifically, I won't get into it, white, or what we consider white, that non-pigmentation, it's a recessive gene. That's literally a mutation. But they have gotten the world convinced that it's the best way to be. And this goes back this is gonna make hundreds and hundreds of years, but it's the truth. It used to be wasn't no damn body non-pigmented. Now they're trying to literally have children with melanin to survive because the world is getting warmer. They're scared.
That's what I said before. I said that a while back. You tried to fight me on it. Okay, now what I was trying to say. Damn it.
Oh shit, she's having a Mimi moment.
Yep, that's that 40.
So what had happened was
okay, I remember. So one thing I've noticed that whether you're light or dark, but light skinned people usually do get a pass. And no bigger example of that would be the Rachel Dolezal incident with the NAACP. She was the head of the NAACP. However, she was white and no one knew. They just thought she was a light-skinned Black woman.
Oh, that you can't remember her.
Yeah.
She claimed to be in, but she wasn't.
Yeah, totally lied. Completely lied.
It's normally the other way around, though. So that was so weird. It's normally light-skinned blacks passing as white. It's never a white person. That was like since the movie.
But because her hair she done had her hair permed, and she's like, she had swag, and it's so much that she had that you would have been like, okay, she would look like she related to George and Crystal. That's how she does.
Where are we going with this? Okay.
I'm just saying she had lighter skin with the curly perm thing, and she looked like she's light-skinned Black. So she asked for that to find out she wasn't.
Right.
A good example of passing, which gets you through, was Clark Gable. Clark Gable had to pass as white. Otherwise, what up, fam? What up, Dad? Otherwise, Gone with the Wind would have never happened.
My favorite all-time movie of all time. Yes. Big ups to Clark Gable.
We told you about that. Don't do that.
No, I'm proud of the film. I loved Gone with the Wind.
Don't do that. No, but seriously, a lot of people did not know Clark Gable was Black, and the whole one drop thing. He was Black, but he could have never said that back then. So he had to put down. And a lot of those brothers had granddaddies with smooth flat hair and all that bullshit. So yeah, man, Clark Gable was a prime example, and white people are pissed off now that they know that.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, Thad said that's like Popeye speaking. They've always showed black." Hey, he's got a point. He's got a point. The face of Popeyes is that sister.
See?
But
Did you see that? Did you see the whole post? That's like Popeye's chicken. They always showed a black woman, but Popeye's has always been owned and created by a white woman.
Max, because
Yes.
they know who to market to and who to use. See, again,
Yes.
that goes back to respecting our purchasing power, but not respecting us. So, Thad, big ups on you, fam. Big up on you.
Yes.
So,
DJ Free, George.
you should have came with that. 'Cause I was about to start talking about your name is Thad. Hey, it's late in the evening, fam. It's late in the evening. Hey, but you know what? You got a fantastic point about that. That's true. The face of Popeyes is black, but the owner is white. So again, knowing our power, we went through this a week or two ago, knowing our purchasing power and our power better than we do has been our Achilles heel. Well,
See? And this is the thing, right? Because black people are going to be on that shit like, okay, let's just say for Popeyes, right? If it was black originally owned, right? It's going to be like, this is my shit. And God knows it might go to the ground. But a white person is like strategic, like, oh shit, if I put all these black people in here to cook all this soul food, but I own it, we're going to make billions. And then it happens.
It's the same as picking cotton.
It's called marketing and propaganda. Who's the better business person? It's got to do, who's got the upper hand and who takes advantage of it? I agree. Unfortunately, we don't know our power the way they do. That's what's sad. That's exactly sad. Right. So all that to say, listen, it's been cool because I'm gonna keep talking bad about light skin. I love y'all, but I'm gonna keep talking bad about y'all.
Whatever.
You know, I'm gonna do y'all bad, but
it's all love.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I wish more people could just be, love who you love, and whatever, keep that rainbow going, man.
Yes. Well, guys, look, we only got 3 minutes, and I'm gonna say my piece. One love, God bless. See you guys next week, and yeah, keepitmoving.com.
Same here. It's been real. It's been fun. Hey, go hug a light skinned person. They need it. I'm out. On the flip side.
Not the hook. George.
Wow.
Peace, love, and hair grease.
Go ahead, CB.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for rocking with us tonight. You've been listening to CB and the Boys. We come to you every Wednesday as your midweek motivator, offering you music, motivation, conversation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. So hopefully you got that and then some. But sadly, our time is done. We will see you back here next week, same time, same station. Check out our website, cbandtheboys.org. Also, go to our YouTube channel, like us, and subscribe. In order for us to do more and bring you more, we need you to like us and subscribe. Also, it could get you some really cool prizes. Once you subscribe, let us know. When we reach our milestone, we'll randomly choose someone and you can win a prize. So look forward to that. We'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us, and bye-bye.
All righty. And Thad and Trey and everybody else that has tuned in, thank you so much for tuning in with us. See us next week.
CB and the Boys have left the building.
Yo, that's how you do it, girl. Good job.